Hello and welcome back to another video on the Wrestle Debate, and today we are looking at AEW Forbidden Door 2024, and of course the first few Forbidden Doors we've had, I think we universally agree, have been really good fun. Lots of the shows on there, so yeah, let's get straight into this show. It's an interesting looking card. We're going to start off with a mainly AEW focused match, the Learning Tree, Jericho, Big Bill and Brian Keith taking on Samoa Joe, Hook and Katsuyori Shibata, and yeah, this is a really interesting match. I think Joe, Hook, Shibata, Joe obviously had a reign with the championship. Hook, still growing, and Shibata's still a big star. I think the Learning Tree, yeah, they have had Brian Keith join, and they will be looking to gain some momentum, still as a relatively young kind of new stable thing. But I still think the baby faces need to spin more, and I can see Joe, Hook, Shibata, basically all of them, really progressing for a higher spot further up the card. So I'm going to say the faces will win this match. Moving on into Danielson against Shingo Takagi, and yeah, this is a match that I'm really looking forward to. Of course, two brilliant wrestlers on the whole, and yeah, in the first round of the Owen tournament. So yeah, I kind of feel like Danielson being the AEW star, with the chance of an all-in title match, of course that's where Danielson's probably going to end his full-time run in AEW, or potentially. I think, yeah, it just makes sense for him to go and get the win here, and what undoubtedly will be a banger of a matchup. But before moving on then to MJF returning to AEW pay-per-view action, taking on Hechicero, and yeah, of course we thought this was going to be Rush or potentially even Adam Cole, but of course for various reasons that can't happen. I think Hechicero though, yeah, I'm a big fan of him, I have to say, from what I've seen of him so far. I don't watch massive New Japan, but yeah, I quite like him and his style, etc. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to this match. And I think, of course, with it in MJF's pay-per-view return, I'm going to say that yeah, MJF will more than likely come away with the victory here. Moving on into a singles match for the New Japan World TV Championship, and you've got Jeff Cobb taking on Chris Bay. And yeah, I don't know, I'm less familiar with Chris Bay than I'm Jeff Cobb. I don't watch masses of New Japan content, to be honest. But yeah, I think Jeff Cobb, I think he's, for his early reign so far with the TV title, yeah, I think he's done a really good job with that belt so far. I think Chris Bay, yeah, he's undoubtedly going to really give Cobb a good match, but I think Cobb will retain at this pay-per-view and he'll continue his reign for a bit longer. Before moving on then to Mox taking on Naito, for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship, and yeah, this is an interesting match. One there I could potentially see a title change, because I think, of course, Mox having New Japan title, is that really going to be sustainable in the long run? Who knows? Potentially not. And of course, Naito always being one of New Japan's big stars for a long while now. So yeah, I don't think it's inconceivable to see Mox taking the title from Naito here, but I think Mox will retain for it. I think his reign will go on for a bit longer. Moving on into Cassidy, as he takes on Zack Sabre Jr. in a singles match, and yeah, this will undoubtedly be a great match. We've seen from ZSJ how good he can be with that match against Danielson, etc. So yeah, undoubtedly I'm expecting an absolute banger here, to be honest. And I think Cassidy, obviously, he's still got that feud with Trent Beretta and Don Callis family, etc. going on. I think Zack Sabre Jr. and these two could put on a clinic, and maybe a distraction at the end allows New Japan stars to pick up the win. We've got several matches on the 0 hour, including Aewxnjpw, Titan and Hiromu Tanahashi taking on Mystico and the Lucha Bros. And yeah, this is an interesting match. Obviously, a New Japan team against a CMLL and AEW team. And yeah, I guess kind of could go either way. Obviously, some big names competing in this one. And yeah, including Tanahashi. I think, yeah, it's going to be an interesting match. I think it's going to be a really fun match. I can see the New Japan team getting the win here. I think the likes of Tanahashi, Takahashi being a big star will get the win here. Moving on then to Nightingale and Tam Nakano against Statlander and Momo Watanabe. I'm not going to pretend though I know too much about the Japanese wrestlers in this match, because to be honest I don't. So yeah, I'm kind of basing this off the AEW stuff here, and I'm going to say it will be Team Statlander to get the win. I just think with her recent heel turn, yeah, obviously she needs to pick up the win to gain momentum from that. So I'm going to say it will be Team Stat who gets the win here. Moving on into Mariah May against Saraya, and obviously this is going to be a very intriguing match, because both of the competitors in the AEW women's match are going to be in Mariah May's corner, and then obviously you got Saraya with Harley Cameron. And yeah, I don't know, this feels like it could be one that's kind of decided due to outside interference. Obviously an Owen Hart Cup match. So yeah, I'm going to say that it could well be Saraya who gets the win following outside interference, which leads to a bit more tension heading into the Women's Championship match later. So I'm going to say Saraya will get the win. Moving on then to a 4-way tag team match. Really looking forward to this match. Should be really fun. Roderick Strong in action along with Ishii and O'Reilly teaming together with an on-couple team, Private Party and House of Black, obviously the more established teams. And yeah, this kind of feels like it could go either way. I'm guessing whoever wins this could be in line for a future tag title opportunity. But yeah, I can't see Roderick Strong winning. I think he's kind of got other things to do at the moment. Obviously, a bit of an on-top of the team. Private Party and Ishii and O'Reilly, I'm not really convinced. I think the House of Black could get a win here. I think they're probably the most established team here, and it makes sense for them to get the win. Moving on into back to the main card, and we've got the ladder match: Mark Briscoe, Takeshita, Dante Martin, Lio Rush, obviously back in AEW, and Jack Perry, who I think is the favourite to win this match. To be honest, yeah, I think obviously the creativity's kind of heavily been leaning into it, and I think we could see involvement from the Elite here, which would help him get the win. So I'm going to say it will be Jack Perry who becomes the TNT champ. Moving on then to Hiroshi Tanahashi and the Acclaimed taking on the Elite. Obviously, this is kind of the start of the rivalry between the Acclaimed and the Elite. And then, yeah, you've got the Tanahashi-Okada rivalry. Kind of covers all bases in this match, really. And yeah, it's one that I have to say I am very much looking forward to with the kind of quality of the action on this card. So, yeah, I think the Elite will get the win, but it might be a screwy finish. The Acclaimed might feel screwed over. And yeah, could lead into a potential tag team match for them. So I'm going to say the Elite will pick up the win. Moving on then to Toni Storm taking on Mina Shirakawa, and of course this is a very interesting match with everything going on with Mariah May, etc., who she's going to be with, etc., etc. So yeah, it's going to be interesting with the storyline. Could we see a Mariah May turn, potentially set up a Toni Storm feud? I don't know, but I can't see Shirakawa winning here. I think Toni Storm's got a long way to go with both the titles. So yeah, it's definitely going to be an interesting matchup. I think Storm's going to retain, but I wouldn't be surprised if we get some funny shenanigans afterwards too. Before moving on then to Mercedes Moné from AEW and Stephanie Vaca from New Japan, with a winner taking both the TBS Championship and the Strong Women's Championship. And I think, yeah, I really can't see Moné losing so soon into her AEW run. And of course, she has unfinished business in New Japan too. I think it's fair to say with her reign there clean cut short due to injury. So, you know, if it allows her to do both, I think that's great. Vaca, I haven't seen too much of her. From what I've seen, she looks pretty decent. But yeah, I can't see anything but Moné who in here. But before moving on into Swerve against Ospreay in our main event for the AEW title. And yeah, of course, Ospreay does hold a title, but it's just for the AEW Championship. And yeah, I personally can't see Swerve losing it yet. I could easily see this bit kind of being a shenanigans finish to set up a rematch at All In for both the titles or something like that. But I don't think we'll have the title taken on Swerve too, especially while Ospreay holds one title. But undoubtedly it's going to be a bang match. And I still think it could go either way, but I think Swerve's going to win here. Guys, that's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe. Follow us on our socials. Link in the description below for daily wrestling news, meme and content. Subscribe to our other channels on screen right now, that'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.